So welcome to kayotutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So we are going to continue with the modifiers tutorial. So our next modifier over here is like, that is a taper modifier. So now we'll be going through a taper modifier. So for example, if you have created a shape over here like this, let's assign some segments and let's assign a taper modifier. So you can just increase and decrease the amount of this taper. You have the axis and the effect, so you can even use this curve option. So in whatever ways you want to use it, you can easily use this. You can work out in this way. So you can just change the primary axis and the effect as required. Also you can go with the limit effect if required, and you can just change this option. So if you want to assign any kind of a changes, so you can use this taper modifier over here. So taper can be used to create a lot of things over here. Now the next modifier over here we have is a slice modifier. So slice modifier can be used to cut the elements. So you have created a shape, and let's go into this and let's give a slice modifier. I can go into the slice plane, and if you just select this, and you can see that I can easily cut this. Convert to poly. I can select the border and I can just cap it. So there are multiple ways where you can use this slice modifier. Bevel it. Alright, so as you can see, so can be used for multiple ways. Whatever stuff you want to cut it, you can definitely cut that with the help of this slice modifier. So the third modifier which we have, that is a lattice modifier. So how lattice is going to work like, if you have a shape, if you want to create anything which is of a net surface, then you can use a lattice modifier over here. So let's go into this. So let's assign a lattice. Go into the lattice over here, and you have first is the struts and the joints. So you can just reduce this joints, and you can just slightly reduce the struts as well. So these are the struts, and joints I'll just make it a 0. You can increase or decrease the sides and the segments to make it look smooth. So as you can see, can create such stuff with kind of a net surface. For that I can use this lattice. Over here also you can use this. Over here also you can just give lattice, and you can just make the joints as 0, ignore hidden edges. You can create such stuff. You can increase the sides needed, the segments. can create such kind of beams or something, or you can create such kind of stuff of metal, and you can slightly reduce the struts also. Now the next modifier we have now over here is like, so we'll be going through one more modifier, that is a squeeze modifier. So if you want to squeeze something, you can easily use a squeeze modifier. So let's take this as an example, and if you use a squeeze modifier, you can easily squeeze any element, you can squeeze it. So usually can be used for different animations also. So we have this modifier, that's a squeeze modifier. So radial amount, so how much amount you need for the squeezing, that can be taken into consideration over here. That's your radial squeeze. How much curve you need it, so limit effect, curve, amount. So as you can see, all right. Now the next modifier we have over here, that is a stretch modifier. So you take a teapot over here, I'll just remove the lid over here. So we have one more modifier, that's a stretch modifier. So stretch can be used to stretch the elements. How much you want to stretch, it depends. So you can just stretch it in any of the axis, x-axis, y-axis or z-axis. The amplify, alright, that's the stretch modifier, can be used on any of the elements where you can use it. So we have gone through the stretch modifier. Then we have one more modifier, that's your symmetry modifier. So symmetry is helpful for if you are going to do any kind of changes on any of the axes. For that we can use the symmetry modifier. So before going into the symmetry modifier, convert to poly, and then you can just give a symmetry modifier, go into the axis, and if you do any kind of changes on any of the sides, it is going to affect on the other side as well. So this is how the symmetry is going to work. So symmetry affects on both the sides. So if you are only going to do a mirror, then it is only going to affect on one side, and if you are going to do a symmetry, it is going to affect on both the sides. So that's the benefit of symmetry modifier. So you can use a symmetry modifier whenever it is required. Alright, so guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So these are the modifiers which we have gone through, which are beneficial for your day-to-day work. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So thanks for watching this tutorial.